again with the right AI, to change business as usual. That's effectively the description of disruption.
Yeah.
How do you see that?
So it's a really good example, actually. So where I really like where we're going is that this isn't a rip and replace of IT systems. We've been involved in IT systems in the past that haven't necessarily gone well, and AI can work on top of the existing systems, and it can just extract that data from those systems, even if those systems are old, even if they're Excel spreadsheets. I mean, we're doing some work with a particular client that's still working up to a point with some Excel spreadsheets. So extracting that data, analysing it, the important bit is the insight that comes from that. And I think when there is value that is created without a huge amount of infrastructural change, that's attractive to CEOs, it's attractive to staff that have got to implement these systems. And I think by bringing together different parts of a business, so in the insurance world, for example, you'll bring your brokers together with your data analysts. Well, those two things should be very closely intertwined. But if your data is not connected, that insight won't be connected, and there'll be opportunities that are missed. So I think there's a real opportunity to not change fundamentally levels of workload or systems, but actually the insight that comes from that data, not just your own organisation's data, but then when you enrich it by bringing in data from other sources, and you get real insight, not just on what you're doing, but also what your customers want, because insurance is all about meeting the customer's needs. It's about adding value. It's about making sure that when somebody buys a policy, they know what they're getting, and that if they've bought a policy that covers a certain event, and they've bought it in good faith, the insurer will pay out. And insurers have had quite a bad press on occasions when claims aren't paid out. But actually, if you strip that back, sometimes that's because it was never covered in the first place. And you're entering into a contract, the client is entering into a contract with the insurer. And so I think the other benefit with AI is that it allows the client to fully understand what they're buying and to make sure that meets their needs. The broker's role is to help them come to that view, and then to position that contract between the client and the insurer